Good morning, cherished listeners. It is your own news presenter, Sebastian Boaz, aka The Morning Man. We are streaming live from Vision Live FM here in Sampa Valley, Accra, Ghana. We bring you the most compelling and exciting news from our communities and around the world, from breaking news to in-depth reports. Our goal is to keep you informed and abreast with information around you. Thank you for joining us this morning. Do not change your dial. Stay tuned. This new segment is proudly sponsored by International Vision Church and Allegra Kitchen Craft and Flower Institute. Now to the headlines. There is no agreement to halt recruitment processes and payments, Information Minister to Mohammed's transition team. My focus is to grow the economy and create youth employment, says President-elect John Dramani Mahama. Ghana Armed Forces arrest man behind viral protocol recruitment video. Haruna Idrisu loses mother. International headline news. Dozens in Mozambique killed by intense cyclone. Business headline news. President-elect John Dramani Mahama decries ECG's 32% commercial losses. From tin tomatoes to toilet rolls, Ghana's costly import bill revealed. Sport headlines. Ghana Boxing Awards, where Sami Enimado lays nominations for Manager of the Year category. Ghanaians clash with Nigerians after Ademola Lookman win CAF Player of the Year. Entertainment headline. Esther Smith marks return with great performances and a new track. Now to the main news. Fatima Abubakar, the spokesperson for the government's transition team and the Minister for Information, has dismissed claims that there is an agreement to halt recruitment processes during the ongoing transition period. Her comments follow threats from President-elect John Dramani Mohammed's transition team to reverse what they described as last-minute recruitment initiated by the outgoing administration. Fatima Abubakar emphasized that the operations of the transition team do not suspend government activities. The fact is that the work of the transition team does not put an embargo on the government businesses and does not out the authority of the legitimate government that will end at the midnight on January 7th. There was no agreement to halt the recruitment or payments by the government, she stated. She further clarified that the roles of
Vision Life Radio, living the future now,
including the finance minister and the controller accountant general, remain intact during the transition. The transition team does not replace the mandate of the finance minister to spend, nor does it replace the mandate of the controller and accountant general to pay, Fatima added, underscoring the authority of the current administration. Addressing concerns regarding recent recruitment, Fatima Abubakar noted that new warrants for recruitment have been issued since the election. Since the election, not a single warrant has been issued for the recruitment of any persons. The Interior Minister and Health Ministry have already put out public releases informing nurses to go onto the portal to start their recruitment processes, she explained. In other news, President-elect John Dramani Mahama has outlined key strategies to stabilize Ghana's economy, reduce waste, and attract foreign investments as he prepares to assume office. Addressing the nation, the President-elect John Dramani Mahama emphasized that his top priority is economic stabilization through measures aimed at rationalizing taxes, curbing inefficiencies, and improving government's business climate. The priority is to stabilize the economy, reduce waste, and nationalize taxes because Ghana is gradually becoming an expensive place to do business, he lamented. President-elect John Dramani Mahama underscored the importance of creating a transparent and investor-friendly environment to attract foreign investments. He believes his approach will drive economic growth and create much-needed employment opportunities, particularly for the youth. The government cannot employ everyone in a country of over 30 million people. Currently, the number of people on the government payroll is not even up to 1 million. This is why it's critical to make the market attractive to the international business community, Mahama explained. He further noted that while the public sector has been limited capacity to absorb the unemployed, the private sector remains key to solving the unemployment crisis. It's obvious the public sector cannot employ everyone, but private sector can. Therefore, we need to assist the private sector not just through lip service but with real support, President-elect John Dramani Mahama stressed. In addition to bolstering the private sector, President-elect John Dramani Mahama highlighted the importance of agriculture and agribusiness as key drivers of employment and economic growth. Growing the agriculture and agribusiness sectors will create significant employment opportunities. My government will focus on channeling resources and attention to help develop these sectors, he stated. In other news, the Ghana Armed Forces have arrested the man responsible for circulating a viral video in which he falsely claimed that President-elect John Dramani Mahama intends to dismiss all soldiers recruited through protocol means. A statement issued by the Department of Public Relations of GAF on Tuesday, December 17, 2024, noted that further investigations revealed that the suspect, identified as AlexKwameNkrumah, had uploaded several videos on social media impersonating a military officer. Further investigations revealed that the said young man has uploaded several other videos on social media wearing military accoutrement, pretending to be a soldier. The military police commenced investigations and successfully located and arrested the individual involved. He was identified as AlexKwameNkrumah, who resides at Madina Zongo Junction in Accra. It's noted, the Ghana Armed Forces further urged the public to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity involving unauthorized military attire to appropriate authorities. GAF further wishes to reiterate the individuals who present themselves as middlemen, intermediaries or agents demanding payment in order to assist any candidate should be reported to the nearest military installation or police station. The public is hereby cautioned that anyone who pays money to agents or individuals with the hope of securing enlistment into GAF is equally culpable in the fraudulent act, it's noted. In other news, it has been confirmed that the mother of Haruna Idrisu, the former minority leader and member of parliament for Tamale South constituency, Hajia Mariama, has passed away. The sad news was shared by Dr. Seydou Fita, a close friend of the family and a respected Ghanaian doctor, via a heartfelt message on Facebook. Dr. Fita wrote, expressing condolences and remembering the late Hajia Mariama's soul, the words meaning to him we belong and unto him we shall return, reflect the deep sorrow felt by Idrisu family and all those who knew Hajia Mariama. According to Dr. Fita's post, Hajia Mariama succumbed to a long illness at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital in Accra, where she had been receiving medical care. Despite the efforts to save her, she passed away, leaving behind a legacy of love and devotion to her family. The family in the announcement confirmed that Hajia Mariama's body will be transported to Tamale for burial. The exact time and location of the burial will be communicated shortly. In the emotional announcement, the family expressed their profound sorrow. To international news.
Audio Jungle.
At least 34 people have died following one of the most intense storms ever recorded in northern Mozambique, the country's National Institute of Risk and Disaster Management has said. Cyclone Chido made landfall in Mozambique on Sunday after wreaking havoc in the Indian Ocean territory of Mayotte. Hundreds are feared dead in Mayotte, a French overseas region, and several people, including more than 200 Red Cross volunteers, are thought to be missing. The INGD has called the situation in Mozambique heartbreaking and warned that the death toll is likely to rise. More than 34,000 Mozambican families have lost their homes in Chido, which brought winds of around 260 km per hour, that is 160 mega per hour. Schools, health facilities and fishing boats were also destroyed. Chido struck northern provinces that are regularly battered by cyclones. There is also plagued by attacks from Islamist militants. The cyclone made landfall in Cabo Delgado before traveling further into Nisaya and Nampule, where a 3-year-old girl was among the fatalities. Most of those killed by Chido were hit by objects that were falling down, such as brick walls. INGD spokesperson Paulo Thomas said. Electricity and communications have also been abandoned. State-owned power company Electricade de Mozambique (EDM) announced that around 200,000 customers are without power. In Mayotte, widespread damage to infrastructure with downed power lines and impassable roads is severely hindering emergency operations. Chido was the strongest storm to strike the territory in more than 90 years. The official death toll on the islands have reached 21, but it is thought that hundreds of people may have died. We are talking about the entire area, if not the whole island, completely destroyed and washed away. It is really scary. What is really scary is the number of people that are still missing. Tommaso Della Longa, a spokesperson for the International Federation of Red Cross, told the BBC. He added that more than 200 Red Cross volunteers among those feared missing. A French MP on the island, Estelle Hausafa, has said that she fears that tens of thousands of people have died as a result of the cyclone. She told the BBC that the magnitude of the destruction was hard to comprehend, with 90% of the buildings being damaged. The French authorities have imposed a night-time curfew in Mayotte to prevent looting. Just last year, Mozambique was led to relief from Cyclone Freddy, one of the longest-lived storms ever recorded in the southern hemisphere. If not the whole world, more than 180 countries were killed, the World Meteorological Organization said. To business news.
Audio Jungle.
Now to business news. President-elect John Dramani Mahama has raised alarm over the deteriorating state of the Electricity Company of Ghana (ECG), citing unsustainable technical and commercial losses exceeding 32%. Describing ECG's current governance as deeply flawed, President-elect John Dramani Mahama expressed concern over the impact of these losses on the nation's energy sector. ECG's governance is in a very bad way, and they are making commercial and technical losses of more than 32%, he stated. Mahama warned that if the challenges facing the ECG are not addressed promptly, they could undermine key economic recovery initiatives, including the debt exchange program and the ongoing International Monetary Fund (IMF) agreement. The energy sector can derail everything that we have done with regard to the debt exchange and the IMF program because debt continues to pile up there, he cautioned. Highlighting the urgency of the situation, President-elect John Dramani Mahama stressed the need for reforms across the electricity value chain to ensure the sector's sustainability. He noted that no utility company could remain viable while incurring such significant losses. No utility company can survive with 32% of technical and commercial losses and continue to be viable utility, Mahama remarked. Most of those killed by Chido were hit by objects that falling down, such as brick walls, and IDC spokesperson said. In other business news, Ghanaian states for foreign products keeps increasing and changing for the worse, as this translates to the high important rate the country has recorded. The country now noted to be import dependent, imported items totaling about $13.7 billion in 2023. Reports have shown that Ghana imported tin tomatoes worth $1 billion, toilets roll $100 million, soap and cosmetics worth $200 million, and tomatoes from Burkina Faso almost worth $100 million. Additionally, cars and spare parts imported to the country around $200 billion, tiles and ceramics around $200 million, and cooking oil $300 million. Other imported items include medicine, raw materials, household items, and electrical appliances. The high import dependency pushed inflation to a high record, and a high increased pressure on the local currency, the Ghana cedi. This has been a major concern for some Ghanaians, especially the business community, as they strive to meet the country's high demand for certain products. Many have questioned when the importation of some basic commodities will end, as these items listed below can be produced in Ghana. Speaking on this concern that has become a canker, the General Secretary of the Traders Advocacy Group Ghana, TAGJ, Nana Opukwa-Champon, in an interview with Graphic Business said Ghana's reliance on imports for essential goods across industries highlighted the country's challenge with sourcing raw materials for local production. According to him, local industries have access to the raw materials they need to produce and also meet high demand of the country. The lack of raw materials is hampering production across sectors. To compete effectively with imported goods, it is crucial that our local industries have access to the raw materials they need, sourced within the country, he said. He called on the government to prioritize policies that will give enough room for local businesses to operate and thrive. The TAGG General Secretary added that a regulation to protect local traders and manufacturers is needed to help drive the government's industrialization agenda. To sports news.
Audio Jungle. Audio.
Now to sports news. Sami Enim Ando, the manager of WBO Africa featherweight champion John Aguirre Lai, is the front runner for the Boxing Ghana Best Manager of the Year 2024 award at the 2024 edition of Ghana Boxing Awards. The nomination, released on Sunday, have positioned Enim Ando as a favorite to win his category thanks to his outstanding achievement of guiding his boxer to victory in a bout outside the country, especially in Florida, USA. This feat is all the more expressive considering that most Ghanaian boxers have traveled abroad to compete have been defeated. Enim Ado's success in managing Lai's career, including his two-time defense of the WBO African Featherweight Championship and his first international boxing in the USA, makes a strong case for him to be crowned Boxing Manager of the Year. Lai, also known as the Expensive Boxer, has been nominated for the Professional Boxer of the Year, while coach Carlo Luku is a top contender for the Coach of the Year. Other boxers from the Bronx Boxing Club, including WBO bantamweight champion Daniel Gosh, Stanley Nyakechi, the Ashanti Region Warrior, and John Zal, the Beast, have also received nominations. In other sports news, some Ghanaians and Nigerians on social media, particularly on X, formerly Twitter, engaged in heated debates after Nigeria forwarded Ademola Lookman won the 2024 CAF Player of the Year award on Monday, December 16. The controversy was sparked when a Nigerian user claimed superiority over Ghana in football, music, food, and vibes, ending their tweet with the provocative question, "What did you leave for Ghana?" The statement triggered a wave of responses from Ghanaians who flooded the comment section to list things they believe Ghana made better than Nigeria. Ghanaians mentioned peaceful elections, stable electricity, stable economy, and others. The rivalry between Ghana and Nigeria extends beyond football and encompasses other aspects of life, including food, entertainment, and cultural pride. Ademola Lookman claimed the 2024 CAF Player of the Year award after a sensational season, sending the Super Eagles to the 2023 AFCON final and winning the Europa League with Atlanta, where he scored a hat-trick in the final. He beat PSG and Moroccan defender Achraf Hakimi, Ivory Coast and Brighton and Hove Albion forward Simon Adingra, and South African goalkeeper Rowan Williams of Mamelodi Sundowns to claim the prestigious award. To entertainment news.
Audio Jungle.
Now to entertainment news. After a 10-year break, Esther Smith made a triumphant comeback to the music scene. Her first concert, Esther Smith Live Concert, was a huge success. She performed at Bantama in Kumasi and at the Perez Chapel in Accra, singing most of her hit songs back to back. Her rich repertoire of her spiritual music includes Snipa, Ayeyi, Odiyasem, Jinudi, Mawonsang Ejidafo in Chabai, Onyameni Onyame, and Onyame Bible. At both shows, the legendary gospel musician entertained patrons who had made applause and chants yearned for more. Esther Smith promised Ghanaians that she is back for good after a long absence from the music space. She also honored them with back-to-back concerts in Takoradi, that's at the Dynamic Praise on November 24th, and Kibi Ochim for Christ on November 29 to 24. After ministering at Ochimai for Christ, Esther Smith returned to the UK and was a special guest artist at the Ghana Music Awards UK in London. She treated the fans to her soul-inspiring hits. Then she returned to Ghana and performed at the GIAG and GTI Carols Night end-of-year concert last weekend, December 14, 2024. Ghanaians have conferred the greatest of all-time status on her for her countless hits and how her music has inspired generations for the past 20 years and still counting. Esther Smith's 20-year-old songs are still inspiring the youth of today and delighting her loyal followers. One thing is clear, Esther Smith is back and she's here to stay. Dear listeners, this is the end of today's news and was presented by your own presenter Sebastian Boaz, aka The Morning Man. This news was proudly sponsored by International Vision Church and Allegra Kitchen Crafts and Flora Institute. To sponsor this news segment, kindly contact 024 519 3706. 024 519 3706. You can also contact 050 302 7765. 050 302 7765. Or you can also contact us on 0244 577 335. 0244 577 335. Catch you here same time tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. on Vision Live Radio. Thank you for joining us this morning and have a wonderful day.
Audio Jungle.